Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now, when we left off, we had suffered an onslaught by the faction of dwarves, and they took Chowbeck Castle from us, as you can see over here. Now, what has been very curious indeed is that they have not been back to siege Werchegg, or indeed Alberk Castle, which I was incredibly confused by, not entirely sure why they haven't, but as a result, I have been able to acquire a new companion, which I found in the tavern at Werchegg itself. And of course, I've leveled up a couple of shadow wizards. We still only have shadow warriors, though, unfortunately. We do not have any shadow knights, as I've been choosing to level up shadow wizards instead, because I believe the best course of action we currently have at the moment is to beat the AI at its own game, and basically we are going to attempt to take as many castles as we can in a short space of time. So I am going to be taking Morala Castle, because as you can see, they have Lord Fruorin in there, and hopefully we will be able to rescue him. And I have done a little bit of scouting over here, and I think Horus Castle currently has our defector from the Kurgit Khanate in there, so yes, he is currently our marshal as well. I made him our marshal, and then he was captured shortly after, so a little bit unfortunate there as well. So, without further ado, let us head into Morala and take this as quickly as we can. Now, we have had a couple of revelations in terms of people making peace agreements, and one of those factions were the Delthasum Empire making peace with the Blazing Hand. So that was a little unfortunate, I must admit, but yes, nevertheless, the Blazing Hand was able to take Bloody Cliff and Ikima from them, so yes, that was a pretty huge deal, I must admit. Two massive towns being taken that quickly indeed, so yes, we will now use our fireballs as best we can and do some damage versus these fellas right here, and hopefully we will take them out as quickly as we can and then move on and hopefully rescue our Kurgit friend. Of course, I am going to attempt to sweep across the land and claim everything for ourselves, but that is easier said than done, I suppose. We are having to fight a huge amount of Nord vassals, as well as fighting the Dwarven faction. Now, one of you did mention an incredibly good tip for increasing relation with a particular faction, and that was, of course, to use the caravans as a slight bait and then help them in their fight against whoever. Now, the only unfortunate thing I have currently found out about that is that there are absolutely no villagers or caravans being attacked of the dwarf faction. So, yes, I had an incredibly unlucky time at that. And I am going to be now using my Black Bolt as best I can. Oh my goodness. A lot of screams going on here, and it appears that we are frightening them. They have a fear component by the looks of things, so that is pretty cool. And we will just take out that fellow. Yes, there we are. Thank you very much. And I believe that is victory. However, we did suffer 25 deaths, so we are not necessarily too pleased about that, but we did free Lord Fruorin, which is wonderful, and we have increased our relation with him as well, which is great. So, now I suppose we can replace our losses with some mages and some caravan guards. I won't take any Nords because I really don't want to have any morale issues. Will we have any morale issues? Probably not. So let's take them anyway. Let's just take everyone, I think. That will probably be the best course of action here. And then we will deal with the vassals that are currently outside, and we will hopefully be able to prevail. Oh no. This is not looking good, I must admit. Okay. Well, at least Alethera has leveled up, and I will be giving this to... I don't know. Let's give this to Fruorin, because he's actually just been jailbroken out of his prisoner hold, and we are now hopefully able to have him protect it. So, yes, that seems to be the best thing to do here. Maybe. Yes, I'm not entirely sure about that. Here is King Ragnar. Oh my goodness. Is he actually coming over here? Okay, well, we have 37 zombies, I suppose, which will help us out. Hopefully they will siege this. No, they are not going to siege this. Alright. We are now going to head to Telro Castle. I will not waste any time. They are wanting to raid a village. Okay. That appears to be their grand plan here. Well, I will be taking Telro Castle from them in the meantime, hopefully. And yes, it is a ladder castle once again. So, let us see how well we do here, because of course we did lose 25 of our units in that last engagement. That is not too good, I must admit. So they have around 200 stationed here, and oh, it appears that Lord Frudak has been released from captivity. That is wonderful, okay. That is very nice indeed to see. I was not expecting something like that to occur for quite some time, so I was really getting ready to even head in there covertly. Head into Sargoth and maybe have some sort of covert operation going on, but yes. I don't really need to do that, thank goodness. So we are now instead going to be... I don't really want to use Black Bolt. It has a very loud sound effect, but maybe we must to take out our opponents. Okay, let us get our archers all the way up here and... oh, let's use it! Oh my goodness, it has no AoE whatsoever. You do have to hit absolutely precisely with this Black Bolt spell. So maybe it would be a better idea to use Lightning Bolt, although I do run out of mana with this very quickly indeed, so... oh my. Okay, that's a lot of units. Well, I did a little bit of damage to them. And I am drawing them out here, which is rather nice, so our units can fry them and barbecue them however they so please. And there we are. Okay, come on. Let's do this. I think this is probably going to be the... ouch. Only way I'm going to survive, perhaps. And by survive, I mean against the Dwarven faction. I think if they have a huge amount of targets to pursue, then I think we probably have a better chance at survival than if they only have Werchegg or Albert Castle to go to. So hopefully this will work out in my favor, but of course I am using a huge amount of mages to make it easier on us in terms of taking out all of the garrisons of the Nord faction. And I did take your advice by going to the Drow faction, and I actually headed over there, gained some units, and I leveled a couple of them up, but unfortunately I had the amazing wisdom to give those units to... wow, 356 damage from Vorpal Strike right there, very nice indeed. But yes, I gave our units of the Drow faction to none other than Lady Mateld, and she was taken prisoner. So yes, not entirely pleased with that, that is for sure. But hopefully we will be able to rescue her and them, if possible, because, yes, it took me quite a while to level those up. As you could probably tell by the date, and the previous episode's date, we have been waiting for 37 days? Has it been 37 days? Maybe. Not entirely sure, but yes, there we are anyway. 10 renown and 20 morale. I lost 5 shadow wizards. Ouch. Well, nevertheless, we do get to take a huge amount of rescued prisoners here, and I am going to be taking some elves, or am I, because they do lag the game a little bit due to the textures that they are currently using in their armor, so maybe not. However, I would like to lose these zombies for now, and we'll take some bandit mages, greater mercenary mages. Let's take some Nord trained footmen and a Rodok priest, why not? I would like to take some elven archers, so let's do that. A huntress as well. Forest runner, why not? We may as well. And what else can we get here? Let's get some more mercenary mages, I suppose. I don't really want to go overboard on the mages, but I feel that this is probably the greatest chance we have of actually keeping our faction alive and kicking, I suppose, because if not, then we may have a huge issue in terms of the Dwarven faction coming down on us and absolutely destroying our livelihood. So let me take one more shaman there, and we will take some of these prisoners as well. So let us now head on, take this loot, and there we are. Now I will be giving this to our Kurgit friend, perhaps, although Lord Frudak has just been released from jail, so I think it would probably be a better idea to give it to him, and then next time we will give it to Lord Gunda and Ulsime. That appears to be the best thing to do. So there we are. We have some Nord units in Telro Castle there. Very nice indeed. Get some more armored shadow warriors. Some more drow mages. And Alethera has advanced in level, which is wonderful. Let's get some more renegades as well. Now I will be leveling these drow into recruits. And we'll get some elven hunters, some blazing hand footmen, elven archers, monks. Oh my. Huge amounts. Forest bandit. And we'll go for a mercenary swordsman. I believe that will be fine. And now Alethera can, of course, level up as well, so that's great. So let's get some more into strength. And is she going to be using her blade at all? Maybe. But at the moment, probably not. So let's get her some more magic defense. And some archery. There we are, that seems good. Okay, we will now be heading on once again. And this time, I think we will either head to Nadar Castle or maybe Kurin Castle, but Kurin Castle is very close to Sargoth. But I have no idea who is stationed. Oh my, 61 shadows from the remains of our enemies right there. That is wonderful. Well, I will be heading to Nadar Castle. We will take a look and see what kind of units they have stationed there, and if they have any of our prisoners. Of course, we could probably take it anyway, as Lord Gunda has just been taken prisoner once again. He's been taken prisoner, I believe, twice already now, so that is not great. And, oh, it appears that they don't have anything here, so I will be taking this. Seeing as we are right here, we may as well take it. I am going on a complete marathon spree here. We are probably going to have a couple of issues in defending them. But at the moment, I'm not too worried about that, because I really just want to make sure that we survive, or at least our faction survives. Oh my. We are in a very tight spot indeed. I was incredibly panicked in the previous episode, as you could probably tell. I was really not expecting to be fighting the dwarves so early on in our faction creation, because of course, as you said in the comments, they had a huge amount of time to be able to garrison their units, build up their forces, and all kinds of other amazing things that would make us groan and cringe. But yes, we are not necessarily pleased with the amount of dwarves that they were able to amass. So, as one of our cavalry units enters the keep there, oh my, it appears that that particular person is stuck. So I will be sending our infantry in to hopefully help whoever that may be. And it appears, how many units have we taken out so far? Quite a few, only 64 remaining, only I say, but we might need to move our wizards in here. I will be using my sword, and hopefully my shield will protect me from any kind of projectile attacks. And oh my, yes, we are losing a huge amount of units when we do charge in, so it's probably best that we stay back with our archers. But as you can see, this particular castle is not very good for us. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to jump down here, and we're going to try and do some Vorpal strikes. Oh, actually, we could do this over here. Take him down! No. Okay. Okay, now the one thing I have currently noticed with the Vorpal blade is the fact that it is incredibly slow when you use it in a one-handed fashion. So, maybe... Oh, yes. Yes, that's not a good idea. That is not a good idea at all. Yes, of course. Get absolutely pin-cushioned as soon as I lower my shield. Wonderful. Is it not? Okay. We are going to be using this, and... Oh, come on, take him out! Unfortunately, as you saw, it is a lot faster when you use it in a two-handed fashion, so hopefully we will be able to get back to that point. Now, to leveling up with Arkane. I have leveled up once more, and I did put a point into agility, so we have 9 in agility now. That means we have 3 in riding. And I did read a comment that stated if you get 3 in the faith stat, I believe you can actually get a heal spell, thanks to one of you in the comments right there. So, yes, that is actually going to be very nice indeed. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get that done sooner rather than later, but of course, as you know, I do want to be able to ride one of those armored wargs. I will be deferring appointment of a lord here, because I'm hoping that the many rescued prisoners that I had will go into here. No, it appears I was not lucky enough for that to occur. That has happened in some other mods that I've been playing, but I do realize that the Phantasy Calradia mod is not necessarily brimming with, I suppose, extra mods. It is a very faithful Dungeons & Dragons style of mod, which is very nice, as you can probably see already. And they are currently working on an advanced patch, or an advanced version of the mod, as far as I am aware at least. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but yes, I believe that is the case. And oh my, we have an undead army off the side here. Hopefully we will not have to deal with them. And I think we will now be heading to Kurin Castle. I know this is probably going to be very difficult indeed. Okay, I will tell you what. Seeing as we have gathered 57 shadows, I will be placing them in the garrison here. and hopefully I will be able to carry on with the amounts of units that I currently have in my army. Oh no. Oh, there's some Swadians. Hopefully they will be at war with the Nords. Oh no. Oh my goodness. What's this? By order of King Loke, Lord Lugi Tracker has been indicted for treason. Oh my. And who has he gone into hiding with? Oh! He is rumored to have gone into exile with the Realm of Shadows. That is us. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? There are a lot of lords defecting. But aren't they strong? Oh. They appear to not have too many fiefs, but that is what they start with. But, wow, I actually thought they were doing relatively well, but maybe something has gone on. Okay, well, not entirely sure what... Really? Okay, it appears that very bad things are happening to the dwarves at the moment, but I suppose even if King Loke stands around and is rather dangerous as a result of that, so, we are hopefully going to not meet up with him anytime soon, because he is very dangerous indeed. So let us head all the way over to Curin Castle, be able to siege that incredibly fast, hopefully. And then we will see what we can do from there. Okay, so this actually does not have any of our lords in the garrison here. It will take 90 hours. I'm not going to build a siege tower. That's going to take way too long. I'm going to head over to the next castle, which we do know has one of our lords there, and indeed our marshal, so hopefully we will be able to take advantage of the fact that it may be a ladder castle rather than a siege tower. And, oh my, 475 units stationed there, and no lords, once again, so I'm wondering where they have stationed them all. I'm thinking maybe Chowbeck Castle and Sargoth. I know Frudak was at Sargoth, but he has been released since then, so that is something to think of, and that fellow has just... Oh, I thought he entered. Interesting. Okay. Carafe Castle, okay, that's fine. So, oh, another siege tower, no! Okay, we cannot do siege towers, 90 hours. It is way too slow, in my opinion. We are going to head on to Chowbeck, however. Maybe we can check out if there are any other lords here. There are no lords, but a huge amount of elves. So, yes, and it is a ladder castle, so we will be doing this, and hopefully being able to pull it off. Now, this is probably not a good idea, because we are incredibly close to dwarven lands, and I can only imagine how angry they are going to be to see one of our fiefs very close to them, but it is something that we have to do. And oh my, we have an amazing amount of units standing at the forefront there, and I'm hoping that my fireballs will be able to deal a huge amount of damage to them. Yes! Well, I had one fireball do some damage. Okay, I have no mana whatsoever, so it appears that I will have to use my sword here. And I'm hoping that I can use it two-handed as well, because if I, as you know, use it one-handed, it is a little bit too slow for my liking. So let us try it. And, oh no! It appears that I am sending our archers in! That is not good! Yes, there we are. Okay, phew. That was relatively close, I have to admit. I was getting carried away in the moment, in the excitement of being able to take so many of these fiefs. But, of course, many of you have actually stated that it may be a good idea to take the drow fiefs, and I am not entirely sure about that. I think it may be a little too far away from our current situation, so maybe that would be something for a little bit later down the line, or at least until we have taken out the Nords, because fighting on two fronts is never a good idea, as far as I'm aware, but, I think if we fought the drow as well, we would have a huge battle on our hands in terms of fighting the dwarves and the Nords at the same time. So I'm thinking once we have dealt with, I hope, made peace with the dwarves and taken out the Nords if possible, then we will be heading on and hopefully taking on the drow. Well, I can only say that at the moment. Of course, it is very preliminary and I'm not entirely sure what we will be doing, but that is a very good course of action if indeed we are able to see about it, because they have currently been expanding rather considerably, and I'm not entirely sure whether we'll be able to track all of their fiefs down. They have been expanding it rather a lot, and I'm not entirely sure whether we'll be able to deal with them. Now, there are a couple of units down there, so hopefully I will be able to use my fireball on their archers. Yes, there we are. And one of them, really? Okay. How about some lightning bolts? Come on. Take them down. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm being shot. From where, though? Seriously? I was getting shot from up there? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I will be using my two-handed sword. I will not use a shield with this, and I will hopefully be able to pull off some sort of amazing victory. Of course, they are sending a mage after us right there, which is probably not going to be too useful for them. Come on, take them. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, dear. Oh, no, it appears we're doing alright in terms of staying alive. And there's Vorpal Strike. Thank you very much, sword. You have been doing an excellent job. And, oh no, please don't get shot. Yes. Yes, there we are. Okay, come on. Yes, there we are. Okay, so Vorpal Strike saving us some rather devilish pain right there. But, oh, this is a good time to use Charm Person by the looks of things. Let's do it. Yes. There we are. That is what we like to see, that is for sure. Come on. Oh, I need to charm that fellow. He's doing work right here. He is very beastly indeed. There we are. Took him down as well. Okay, good. So, wow. We have been able to take this and lose 33 in the process, but hopefully that will not make too much difference in the long run. Now, we do have 12 renown and 33 morale for our amazing offensive, and it appears that we do actually have to head in to take out the defenders. So thankfully we do have some shadow wizards, but they have some archers. So come on, let's take them down. Yes, there we are. Very nice indeed. Alethera was with us with a shadow wizard as well, so that is good. And 12 renown once again, and we get to take a huge amount of prisoners, which is going to help us recoup our losses from the previous offensive. So let's try to take as many as we can right here. Now, I'm hoping that I can take some orcs, so we will do just that. Maybe I can get some bear warriors in time. That would be rather nice. And let's get another orc rider right there. So what else do we want? I suppose mages will be okay, just placing the garrison here. And what else can we get? Slave hunter, caravan master, a trained crossbowman, I suppose. I would like to take a dwarven fighter, but really not necessarily too good in terms of our morale issues, of course. And I think we can probably just take everything from here. That is wonderful. Just about, at least. Yes, there we are. One space. Wonderful. Okay, so take as much as we can here. There we are. Okay, so this fellow has no fiefs whatsoever, and I really don't know whether I want to give this to him. I probably will, but I don't really think that that's a necessarily good idea. I wish to defer the appointment of a lord. Yes, I am going to defer appointment at the moment, as I do want to garrison this myself. I do want to place what kind of unit we actually gather from the remains, and that will be 72 zombies, so hopefully that will put off any potential invaders, and then we will level up a couple of our units right here. And I think, as a result of our incredible sieging spree, I am going to be ending this episode off here. And next time on Phantasy Calradia, we will hopefully have established a better stronghold in the area, I suppose. And then we will be moving on to the Nords' stronger fiefs, and I will hopefully be able to release some of our lords as well, because yes, it appears that most of our lords get taken prisoner very easily indeed, which is not very nice to see, that is for sure. So I will be increasing this fellow's intelligence and gaining some more trainer skill. Trainer is amazing, and yes, it's just unfortunate he's still level 7, so maybe as time goes on he will gain more experience, of course. And there we are. So I will be ending it off here, and we are surrounded by rather powerful Nords, so I will probably be leaving most of my army here to defend it against any potential sieges. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.